it's Marc with the Fantasy Knockout Fantasy Football Show. Today is Friday, November 4th. You can follow the show on social media at Fantasy Knockout. Make sure to subscribe, whatever platform you're watching or listening on, and let's get that goal of 100 subscribers on YouTube. I'm excited for today. It's the Week 9 must-start players. Who are we confident about this week? Who are we worried about? Quick reminder, let's drop it like it's hot. Check those waivers, see who was dropped. You might be surprised some of those times you get better options on people who were dropped than who were available in the first place. Let's talk some news.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the news.
News with views. Oh man, there was some bunch of trades right before that trade deadline. Let's get into it. So running back Nyheim Hines was with Indianapolis. He's now been traded to Buffalo for running back Zach Moss and a 2023 conditional 6th-round pick. Wide receiver Calvin Ridley from Atlanta. He's been traded to Jacksonville for 2 future conditional draft picks. And again, he is still suspended this year for the gambling. Running back Jeff Wilson. He was with the Niners. He's now been traded to Miami for a 2023 5th-round pick. Running back Chase Edmonds, he was with Miami. He's now been traded to Denver for defensive player, edge rusher Bradley Chubb, and some picks. Then wide receiver Chase Claypool from Pittsburgh, he's now been traded to Chicago for a 2023 2nd-round pick. And then tight end TJ Hawkinson from Detroit, he was traded to Minnesota in division, which is surprisingly for a 2023 4th-round pick. And then tight end Irv Smith from Minnesota, he's expected to be sidelined 8 to 10 weeks with an ankle injury. So it looks like the team is moving on because they went and got Hawkinson. Wide receiver Keenan Allen from the Chargers said his hamstring injury got worse during the Chargers bye week. Not good news. Not sure how long this is going to hold him out. Joshua Palmer is now the de facto number 1 in LA with Mike Williams also sidelined. And then tight end Gerald Everett looks like a huge upgrade in the tight end position. Running back Cordell Patterson from Atlanta, he has returned to practice. He's been designated to return from IR, meaning Atlanta has 21 days to activate him. We'll see if they activate him for this week. And then wide receiver Rashad Bateman from Baltimore, he had the foot issue. He's going to undergo season-ending injury, or he's going to undergo season-ending Liz Frank surgery, which means he's out for the year, which is a bummer because I had some high expectations for him. So Devin Duvernay gets a bump up there. Mark Andrews is going to smash when he's healthy. We'll talk about him on tomorrow's show. Main event, the must-start players for Week 9. If I don't talk about a specific player, check out those rankings at fantasyknockout.com. Speaking of rankings, we're 30th now in the season to date in overall accuracy, so got back on track this week. Going to do great this week as well. I have high expectations for this week. So with this new format or the new show type where we've got a lot of positive feedback, I'm going to continue it going on. I really enjoy it. So I'm going to run through some players and my confidence level in starting them each week, put them into 3 different categories. So the goal is to cover more players so that everyone has a good idea of who to start over who. So speaking of that, the question is, should I start player X? It depends on the question of who else do you have to start. So let's get right into it. Quarterbacks. My confidence level for quarterbacks of becoming the top 12 quarterback for the week. To start with confidence, 100 to 75% confidence level. Number 1 is Josh Allen from Buffalo, Kyler Murray from Arizona, Justin Herbert from the Chargers, Patrick Mahomes from the Chiefs, Lamar Jackson from the Ravens, Tua Tagovailoa from the Dolphins, and Joe Burrow from the Bengals. I consider if needed the 75 to 50% guys that not so much confident, but these guys should be in your lineups. And then the 50 to 40%, these are going to be more streamable guys. So we'll start with Justin Fields from Chicago, Geno Smith from Seattle, Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers, Kirk Cousins from Minnesota, and Tom Brady from the Bucs. And then that 50 to 40%, Trevor Lawrence from Jacksonville, Marcus Mariota from Atlanta, Jared Goff from Detroit, and Derek Carr from the Raiders. The bench if possible, if you got no other options, Andy Dalton from New Orleans, he's at 40 to 30%. Tyler Heineke from Washington, Matthew Stafford from the Rams, Mac Jones from New England, under 30%. I would prefer you guys not to start any of these guys, but if you have to because of all the bye weeks with Cleveland, Dallas, Denver, the Giants, Pittsburgh, and San Francisco all being on bye, I get it. So PJ Walker from Carolina, Sam Ellinger from Indianapolis, Ryan Tannehill out of Tennessee, and Zach Wilson from the Jets.
Running backs.
Running backs, my confidence level in becoming that top 24 running back for this week. To start with confidence, the 100 to 75%. We're going to start with Austin Eckler from the Chargers, Aaron Jones from Green Bay. I think he's going to have a great week this week. Alvin Kamara from New Orleans, Derrick Henry from the Titans, Josh Jacobs from the Raiders, Travis Etienne from the Jaguars, Joe Mixon from the Bengals, Ken Walker III from Seattle, and Dalvin Cook from the Vikings. The consider if needed that 75 to 50% confidence level. Ramondre Stevenson from the Patriots, Raheem Mostert from the Dolphins, Leonard Fournette from the Bucks, Deontay Foreman from the Panthers, DeAndre Swift from the Lions, Jamal Williams from the Lions, Devin Singletary from the Bills, David Montgomery from the Bears, and Jonathan Taylor from the Colts. Wow, I just got the news. Taylor's going to be out this week. So, guys, we're going to scratch Taylor there. Let's cross him off. The 50 to 40% level, Tyler Algier from Atlanta, Michael Carter from the Jets, Antonio Gibson from Washington, A.J. Dillon from Green Bay, Khalil Herbert from Chicago, Eno Benjamin from Arizona, Isaiah Pacheco from the Chiefs, James Conner from the Cardinals, and Damian Harris from the Patriots. And then bench, if possible, that 40 to 30%. Clyde Edwards-Helaire from the Chiefs, Kenyon Drake from Baltimore, Brian Robinson from Washington, Darrell Henderson from the Rams, Caleb Huntley from Atlanta, James Robinson from the Jets, Nyheim Hines from Buffalo, it's weird to say, Alexander from Madison from Minnesota, and then that under the 30%, if you got no one else and you have to play these guys, I get it. Jerick McKinnon from Kansas City, Dontre Hillard from Tennessee, Samaje Perine from the Bengals, Deion Jackson, probably going to get a little bit of bump, so double check those rankings. Deion Jackson from Indianapolis, Justice Hill from Baltimore, Gus Edwards from Baltimore, Jermichael Hasty from Jacksonville, and James Cook from Buffalo.
Wide receivers.
My wide receivers, confidence level in becoming that top 24 wide receiver for this week. These start with confidence, guys. The guys we all just want to hear our egos that are the smash plays, 100 to 85%. We all just want to just hear it. We got the right draft picks and stuff like that, right? So Tyreek Hill from Miami from the Dolphins, Stephon Diggs from Buffalo, Justin Jefferson from Minnesota, DeAndre Hopkins from Arizona, Cooper Kupp from the Rams, T. Higgins from Cincinnati, Devontae Adams from the Raiders, and Amon-Ra St. Brown from Detroit. The 85 to 75% level, Jalen Waddle from Miami, Mike Evans from Tampa Bay, Chris Olave from the Saints, Chris Godwin from the Bucks, Tyler Lockett from Seattle, and Gabe Davis from Buffalo. The consider if needed 75 to 50% level, DJ Moore from Carolina, DK Metcalf from Seattle, Terry McLaurin from Washington, Tyler Boyd out of Cincinnati, Juju Smith-Schuster from Kansas City, Christian Kirk from Jacksonville, Michael Pittman from Indianapolis, and Jacoby Myers from the Patriots. That 50 to 40% level, Adam Thielen from Minnesota, Josh Palmer from the Chargers, he was a pickup this week, Romeo Doubs from Green Bay, Curtis Samuel from Washington, Rondale Moore, another pickup this week from Arizona, Darnell Mooney from Chicago, Devin Duvernay out of Baltimore, and Drake London from the Falcons. All right, the bench, if possible, that 40 to 30%. Guys, I'd rather not see in your lineups. Garrett Wilson from the Jets, Marquez Valdes-Scantling from the Chiefs, Allen Robinson from the Rams, Robert Woods, Bobby Trees from Tennessee, Zay Jones from Jacksonville, Alan Lazard, hopefully he's healthy, from Green Bay, Josh Reynolds from Detroit, Mac Hollins from the Raiders. And then that under the 30%, Hunter Renfrow from the Raiders, Mecole Hardman from the Chiefs, Alec Pierce out of Indianapolis, Isaiah McKenzie from the Bills, Terrace Marshall Jr. from Carolina, Khalif Raymond out of Detroit, Marvin Jones from Jacksonville, and KJ Osborne from the Vikings.
Tight ends.
Tight ends, that confidence level in becoming that top 12 tight end for this week. Let's start with confidence, guys, 100 to 75%. Travis Kelce from the Chiefs, Zach Ertz out of Arizona, Gerald Everett from the Chargers, and Kyle Pitts from Atlanta. Wow, he has moved up. The consider if needed, that's 70 to 30%. So we got Taysom Hill from the Saints, Robert Tonyan from Green Bay, Tyler Higbee from the Rams, Hayden Hurst out of Cincinnati, Mark Andrews, still worried. I don't know if he's going to play because of that shoulder injury. He's out of Baltimore, Evan Ingram from Jacksonville, Dawson Knox from Buffalo, and TJ Hawkinson now in Minnesota. All right, the bench, if possible, that under 30%. Isaiah likely heads this off, and that's more to compensate for Mark Andrews possibly missing. Hopefully you guys picked him up in start of Andrews if Andrews does not play that Monday night. So Isaiah Likely from Baltimore, Mike Gesicki out of Miami, Tyler Conklin from the Jets, Juwan Johnson from the Saints, Hunter Henry out of the Patriots, Noah Fant from Seattle, Darren Waller. We're not sure if he's going to be healthy or not, so I got him ranked lower. So Waller from the Raiders, and then Cole Kmet from the Bears. So continue to let me know what you guys think of this format. I think we're going to continue going on. I like the positive feedback, but give me that thumbs up in the comments or leave comments for me, because when I do this, I'm here to help you guys win each week. Hashtag dominate your league, right? All right, let's talk some buy or sell candidates, some players to sell high on. I got one for you. Jonathan Taylor, with that news of him not playing this week, try to sell on his name alone. Taylor, he rushed 16 times for 76 yards back in week 8, but he did re-injure his ankle. He also commanded just one target from Sam Ehlinger at the quarterback there. Ehlinger rushed for 15 yards on 6 carries, so the lack of receiving was kind of to be expected with Ehlinger at quarterback, but the lack of juice overall in the Colts offense is holding Taylor back. With the third most difficult schedule for running backs remaining, I do my best to get out of the Taylor business while he still has his namesake attached to his value. See if you could maybe flip him for like a Travis Etienne type right now. And then players to target and buy. I got 2 for you. Dameon Pierce, yes, he just played, and he looked fantastic. Had his season high in yards. Pierce rushed 15 times for 135 yards before, and he saved his fantasy managers with a late receiving touchdown. He totaled 18 touches, 5 targets, tied for second most. But most importantly, he carved out a 91% opportunity share as the leader of the Texans' backfield. He's worth buying low due to this ridiculous volume he is seeing as Houston's only threat to the offense. And then the other guy I'm going to try to buy low on is Amon-Ra St. Brown from Detroit. So St. Brown, he finished with 7 catches for 69 yards on a team-high 10 targets. That's a 27% target share. As a target hog in the Lions offense, St. Brown remains a screaming buy across all fantasy formats, especially with Hawkinson out now. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today. The next show is the Week 9 Injury Report. I want to say thank you for listening to the show. Make sure to subscribe, whatever platform you're on. Please leave that rating and review. It really helps me out. All right, till next time, see ya!